See how we are destroyed by what we worship. Individualism worship, liberty we worship, democracy based on this we worship. Our democracy is not electoral democracy, it's not based on votes, it's based on how peacefully we function as a collective. Democracy must be ultimately that you should be able to work together without a government. And we are. This question I have asked many IIT and IIM students, I am asking this audience also. We have 668,000 villages and towns. Tell me how many police stations we have. We have just 12,800 police stations. Out of which 800 police stations have no vehicle. Have no wireless. This is the Home Department report 2019. We have effectively 12,000 police stations to supervise 668,000 villages. And if you looked at the crime rates in India, the United Nations statistic shows whether it is murder, whether it is dacoity, whether it is rape, whether it is anything, India is amongst the lowest in the world. An unpoliced nation, because it is supervised by the society. There is an eye of the society. Respect for elders, respect for teachers, respect for women. You are talking about respect for women, I come from a village. It's nearby, 25 kilometers from Pondicherry is my village. You know, in my village, you cannot fold your dhoti and walk before a woman. You usually say, this is the way you should behave before a woman. This is the language you talk in front of a woman. Can you smoke in front of a woman? This is respect for women. And you are now substituting rights of women based on a paradigm where women were denied respect. They had to fight for their rights. They had to fight for voting rights. They got voting rights 100 years later than men because the Christian theology said women are not equal to human beings. Only in the 7th century women were accepted as just about human beings, but not equal to man. Because God made human being in His own image, man in His own image. So God and man are equal, woman is not equal. As a result of which, even today in the Roman Catholic Church, women are not made voters. You know when women got voting rights in Switzerland? 1972. The last canton they got voting rights in 1994. These are a theological background. Don't think these are all sociological. So from that society import idea, women fought for freedom. Here there is no, because they fought for rights to gain respect. Here we give respect to women. And now gender movement is developing in India. We don't want respect, we want rights. See the intellectual distortion that is destroying families. This is the very foundation of the Indian economy. Now I will come to how the world is moving in our direction. You know, we are all told that there is only one model, Western model, everybody has to adopt that model, otherwise you will be finished, you are going to destroy your philosophy, your way of life. This is what we were told. But the West understood that it cannot carry the burden of the rest. In 2005, it is the G20 nations, finance ministers and central bank governors meeting in Beijing, which passed this resolution. I am going to read out to you. Completely U-turning what they said in 1951. We recognize that there is no one uniform development approach that fits all countries. Till yesterday you were telling us there is only one way and that is your way and we were following that way. We were discarding our way. You are saying that there is no one way. Next sentence. Each country should be able to choose the development approach and policies that suits its specific characteristics. This is what Aurobindo told us 100 years back. You told us no. You give up all that. You follow me. Have you ever seen any Indian media India writing about this? Any Indian intellectual speaking about it? Any Indian parliamentarian citing this? The Reserve Bank of India saying this is what the central bank governors of G20 nations have told us, we have to find out what is our own characteristics and our own model? No! There is a complete absence of echo in India of a very huge development, a volcanic development in economics, which has taken place among 20 top nations of the world, of which India was one. And in 2008, the World Bank. The World Bank is one which said that everybody has to follow only me, I will tell you how you can develop. And everybody was queuing up before the World Bank and running structural adjustment programs with them that has destroyed many countries. Almost destroyed India. We escaped very narrowly. It says, in our work across the World Bank has developed the hard way that there is no one model that fits all. Development means above all having the ability to recognize where we have failed, when we have failed. This is never an easy thing for an institution like us to do, because we were saying yesterday there is only one way. And we are changing, that's what they are saying. World Bank is constantly needed to adopt the changing, says that every country has to develop its own model. Absolutely no echo in India, no discourse in India, no articles in India. In 2010 and 2013, the very United Nations said there is only one way, one size fits all model. It says the United Nations General Assembly on 12th June 2013 said, no one size fits all development model, adding that many well-intentioned programs have failed is for you to note. Because they did not take into account the cultural settings into account. Overarching principle of development is that we need to understand and embrace culture. This is the latest Millennium Development Model of United Nations. Still no article, no study, no meetings held in India. It is only after this government came to power, they formed what is known as the Niti Aayog. This is the government think tank. The cabinet passed a resolution, a long resolution. It's available on the net, but not many people read it, because our reading habits have come to nil. Even in newspapers, we read only the headlines. In the resolution, there is a beautiful incorporation of all this, that we have to develop our own model. We cannot rely on the one size fits all model. Most importantly, the institution, Niti Aayog, must adhere to the tenet. While incorporating positive influences from the world, no single model can be translated from outside into the Indian scenario. We need to find our own strategy for growth. The new institution has to zero in on what will work in and for India. It will be a Bharatiya approach for development. Why I am mentioning this is that even though we are glued to the thinking that the West is the right approach, by which we have considered not only the economic paradigm to them, but the entire life paradigm. And the West has discarded this. So we need to do fundamental recovery. It cannot be a peripheral, a silo-wise approach. Because we have an alternative paradigm. That alternative paradigm runs counter to all these held as vital today. Individualism, individual rights, parents' rights, elders' rights, children's rights, animal rights. This paradigm has to go. There is nothing called an individual. It is the confluence of rights and duties, as Aurobindo says, in the sense of dharma. It is not one to the neglect of the other, one which includes the other. When H.G. Wells wrote to Mahatma Gandhi in 1946, asking him to sign his Declaration of Human Rights, which became the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights in 1948, he wrote this to Mahatma Gandhi: Mr. Gandhi, please sign this Human Rights Declaration document. Your signature is very necessary for me. Mahatma Gandhi said, please change one word in this, I will sign. You say it is Universal Declaration of Human Duties, I will sign. This paradigm shift is necessary for Indian intellectuals. In India, it is only duty that drives India. I will complete with the last, what we call as macroeconomic comparison between India and say any Western country. When I began going to America in early 1980s, I began studying that society. How is that society has been able to put up such a mighty performance? It has been able to put up that mighty performance by drying up and drawing on its civilization resources. With the result, when they promoted individualism, at that time the family was supporting the individuals. And now there is no family. The individualism alone is there. Family has ceased to exist. With the result today, there is no family support for the youth. There is no family support for the elder. There is no family support for anybody dependent on the family. With the result, all the people who are being supported by the families are dependent on the state and what is known as the social and health security schemes. You know, in America today, the future social security and health security obligations, if it is discounted to present day value, it is $68 trillion. America doesn't have $1 in bank account for this. It is because they have nationalized all the duties of the family. They have nationalized the families, privatized the government. This is the model. They have taken over the responsibilities of parents, they have taken over the responsibilities of children. And so people, once you did that, people began investing their savings in stock market. Stock market zoomed because there is no need for discharging of private duties. You need not have to save for your brother or sister or father or mother. The state will take care of them. But in India, 90% of the people take care of their parents. If they stop doing it today, there will be no government. No government can take over these responsibilities. It's a naked truth, prevailing truth, on the ground truth. This is the economic reality of India. This is based on dharma. They did not read Bhagavad Gita. They did not read Upanishads. They did not listen to Aurobindo. They did not listen to any modern scholar. They have inherited a dharmic way of life. Do we understand this? Does the Indian intellectual understand this? Does the English speaking Indian even think about it? I give you a small example. In America in the year 1946, warehouse there were 3.5 people. Today it is 2.5 people. Because more and more people are being sent out to the house. Everybody has to have a house, whether it's old or whatever. This reduction of one person for one household meant construction of 35 million more houses. In India, we have 30 crore houses, 33 crore houses. The average person resident per house is 5.1. It's slightly less in villages, 4.9. In towns, it is a little more. If there is a reduction of one person per household, we will need 6 crore houses more. India will be bankrupt. We live together. Do we appreciate this? Why we live together? It is because living together is considered to be a value, a virtue, a duty, a part of a larger idea. So, my request is, see the society and learn from the society rather than trying to teach the society, because we have nothing to teach the Indian society. There are problems, every society has problems. In America, 41% of the babies born are born for unwed mothers, and one half of them are for school-going children. There are creches attached to school where 14-year-olds deposit the child which they have got from a father whom they do not know. These problems are incurable. Our problems are manageable, curable, handleable. This education, this perspective, this understanding is needed. This cannot come through English. English actually makes you illiterate about India. So we need to do a larger introspection, and I will quote one of the incidents I had heard about in Aurobindo's early years here. And in fact, this I read in a Tamil magazine. I have not been able to get a proper source for this. If any of you can suggest the source, I will be very happy, because they say keep quoting in my different speeches. When Shree had come here, everybody was looking to him because he is a towering intellectual, he will be able to show us the way. But Aurobindo was looking to a mad mystic called Pulacham. I don't know whether you have heard about Pulacham. Pulacham is the person about whom Subramanya had written poems. He was a very mystic person. And he laughed, he will cry, he will throw stones. And Maharishi Aurobindo was looking to him, and he said, he will show me the way. Everybody thought, what has happened? Foreign retired, towering intellectual, a revolutionary. The nation looks up to him, and he is looking up to somebody who is so questionably different. So, one day, Aurobindo was sitting in the backyard of his whatever place he was, and tea was being served. And the Pulachami came and lifted the teacup in front of Aurobindo and showed it to him. The teacup was full. Then he emptied the teacup and showed it to Aurobindo. Placed it and left. Aurobindo said, I got my lesson from him. He said, you lost your tea. Please tell us what lesson you have got. Then Sri Aurobindo said, he asked me to empty my mind and begin thinking afresh. This is the lesson for all intellectual English-speaking Indians today. They have got to empty their minds and begin thinking afresh. Thank you very much.